Wendy, would you want to go to the Oscars?
Oscars?
Yeah. This weekend?
What's Oscars?
The hashtag #WhereIsWendyWilliams has been trending on social media after the long-awaited documentary on the legendary talk show host aired. In what can be best described as an online protest, Wendy Williams fans have been expressing worry about her physical and mental health under guardianship. On February 24, 2024, fans of the 59-year-old media personality were excited to see her back on their screens. In her usual fashion, through a heartfelt interview, Wendy gave viewers all the tea about the good, bad, and ugly experiences in her life, including a declining health condition.
And I can only feel now 2%. Do you see what this looks like? There's no cure for this.
Wendy's son, other family members, friends, and associates also got to feature in the documentary, where they made a shocking revelation that the retired talk show host has freshly been diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia (FTD). But all these were nothing compared to the heartbreaking scenes of Wendy showing signs of profound cognitive deterioration. Often, the talk show host could barely answer the producer's repetitive questions and would then burst into tears when asked about her appearance, alcohol abuse, and financial woes. In what will eventually shock everyone to the marrow, the interview ends with the former broadcaster weeping into the arms of her manager, Shelby. These disturbing scenes have now sparked outrage among fans who believe Wendy couldn't have given consent to participate in the documentary, further raising suspicion that her guardianship is exploitative and predatory. There's a saying that the scenes often reveal more than meets the eye. Could this be the case with Wendy Williams' life?
Hello guys, it's T-Code here for African Glitz.
In June 2022, Wendy Williams retired from the broadcasting industry due to declining health. Despite promising a comeback, the 59-year-old media personality never made it.
Okay, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics.
The legendary talk show host, best known for her appearance on The Wendy Williams Show, started her career as a radio DJ and host, gaining popularity in New York as a shock jock.
This is the studio, everybody, and I just want you to know one thing.
Why don't you show us, like,
do have to say that I have a lot of fun here at my job.
Wendy also came to be notorious for her on-air spats with celebrities. As time went on, the media personality transitioned to television and rose to fame rather too quickly. Again, for a public spat with celebrities and controversial views, in addition to her no-boundaries approach to her life, which included sharing personal details about her lifestyle, health, plastic surgery, and addiction, Wendy charmed America and became a favorite. Until it went out of production, The Wendy Williams Show, famous for her signature phrase, "How you doing?" competed for viewers with Ellen DeGeneres' show. Unfortunately, things began to fall apart in October of 2017 when the energetic TV personality fainted on a show from dehydration. It turned out it was more than just a lack of fluid, and in February 2018, the famous talk show revealed she had been battling with Graves' disease, an illness that causes hyperthyroidism for almost 2 decades. As if that wasn't enough, Wendy fractured her arm in December 2018 and in lymphedema, a condition that causes swelling in her ankles. While fighting all these battles, the mother of one came face to face with heartbreak and betrayal after her husband, Kevin Hunter, impregnated his mistress in April 2019. Unable to take it anymore, the 59-year-old author filed for divorce. Just like everything else, Wendy's career began to hit roadblocks. But it was nothing like losing her independence. Only a few days after she took a bow from The Wendy Williams Show in January 2022, her bank, Wells Fargo, petitioned to have her placed under temporary financial guardianship. Strong reason to believe that she is the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation by her son, Kevin. Despite protests from the talk show host, the bank had their way and successfully placed her under an anonymous professional guardian. Wendy's care team and guardian have tried to portray Wendy as doing well. Wendy is still able to do many things for herself, Most importantly, she maintains a trademark sense of humor and receives the care she requires to ensure she is protected and that her needs are addressed. A statement attributed to our care team read, "But is this reality the case?" After filming between August 2022 and April 2023, a documentary showing Wendy Williams' life in recent times aired in February of 2024 with 4 episodes. In a series of heartfelt interviews, the retired talk show host brought viewers close to what a reality is now, with her fast deteriorating health conditions. Aside from the shocking revelations on her part, friends, family, and associates also featured in the docu-series, where they shared no details. And sadly, it wasn't what anyone was expecting. The first part of the documentary explored Wendy's 2022 placement under Guardianship for finances, for which she now claims to have no money. To make matters worse, the legal guardianship has separated the talk show host from a family in Miami and left her lonely and isolated in New York. Kevin Jr., the only child of the media personality, revealed that it has been 8 months since he last saw his mother. He also revealed that he had lost all personal and financial support after the guardianship was granted. When asked if his mother needs a guardian, Kevin Jr. says she needs the support of her family. The family side of the story hasn't been told, so it's kind of left the grey space of who's telling the truth of what's going on. I've always wanted the best for my mom. I feel like the situation that she's in right now isn't the best situation for a journey of trying to heal, he explained. Of course, the serial entrepreneur's health woes were the focal point of the documentary, revealing that her excessive alcohol consumption is a major cause of her health problem. In addition to battling Graves' disease, it was revealed that Wendy has been freshly diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. Frontotemporal degeneration is a group of brain disorders caused by degeneration of the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain that affects behavior, language, and movement.
Went to a wellness center in California, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that. What was that like?
A wellness center.
And why did you go to a wellness center?
I don't know. Will took me there.
Why do you think we took you there?
I don't know.
So you thought we just had nothing else for you to do?
Correct.
Aphasia, a brain disorder that can lead to problems speaking or understanding words, can be a symptom. The life expectancy of people battling FTD is 7 to 13 years after the onset of symptoms. There are no treatments to slow or stop the disease, but some interventions can help manage symptoms. As anyone would find out in the documentary, Wendy's fresh diagnosis has been wreaking even more havoc on her life and behaviors. Even though her doctors say the more she drinks, the more her dementia worsens, the talk show host somehow continues to have free access to drinks under the watch of her guardian. In the documentary, in which the media personality is credited as an executive producer, viewers saw a visibly unwell Wendy struggling to hold conversations and lashing out at people around her.
What the brand is this?
Ugh.
UGG?
Yeah.
Put it in the same position, please. Close it all the way. Dumbass. No. Go downstairs, please, and order something and make you fatter.
Okay. All right. See you in a sec.
Shouldn't Wendy be in a care facility for her cognitive issues for appropriate medical attention? Is it ethical that Wendy was allowed to participate in this documentary when she's not in her right mind? These are the questions ringing from the ears of everyone, as many people describe it as invasive at best and predatory at worst. Reacting, DJ Booth, who worked with Wendy Williams on her show for years, explained that her staff didn't know how bad her illness had gotten until they began filming the documentary. Speaking with TMZ, the DJ said it has been upsetting to witness Williams' ongoing struggles with her health and that he thinks her relatives will be critical to her care moving forward. DJ Booth said he spoke to Wendy after the documentary aired and felt the people running her guardianship were not letting her family know exactly what's going on. According to DJ Booth, when Wendy was with her family back in Miami, she appeared to be thriving at the time. I have seen her. She was 100% great. She was recovering and she seemed to be doing great, he said. Talk show host Steve Wilkos also said that Wendy Williams is not being protected under guardianship and that a manager needs to do better.
So yesterday I'm flipping channels and I stumble across the Lifetime show about Where is Wendy Williams? And first of all, let me say, I'm a huge Wendy Williams fan. I love Wendy Williams. I was on her show numerous times. Wendy treated me great. Our shows basically started at the same time. I was a big fan of her show, so I'm all in Wendy Williams' corner. But when I watched last night on that show, it disturbs me because I doesn't think it does any good for Wendy. Doesn't make her look good. She's obviously has big time struggles, medical conditions, and addiction. And what they're showing is somebody is not protecting her. It doesn't put her in a good light. I don't see how this serves any purpose at all. She should, her manager talking about, is she ready to do a podcast? She's ready. She's been doing this for 20 years. She's no position to do anything. Interviewing. She should not be interviewing anybody. So before you start talking about putting her back out in the public, you should be getting her help, making sure she recovers fully and that she's able to do it. Because I got to tell you, I was disturbed and I'm saddened by, I feel people using her. They're not protecting her. And I hope that somebody close to Wendy says, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. We got to get her help and put an end to this nonsense. So we're all praying for you, Wendy.
In January 2022, Wells Fargo's and Wendy Williams' bank successfully petitioned to have her placed under temporary financial guardianship. At the time, Wendy had just been freshly diagnosed with alcohol-induced dementia, and the media personality had gone to Miami to be with her family. But the bank said it had strong reasons to believe Wendy was the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. According to her lawyer, she had been trying to switch banks after suspecting misconduct by a financial advisor.
My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And you know this is not fair.
Her son, Kevin Jr., also explained in the documentary that his mother initially gave him power of attorney because the banks were leveling unfounded charges against the family. The 23-year-old says he never took any of his mother's money without her consent. Kelvin Jr. claims that his spending was all to care for his mother, which is not cheap for someone of her caliber. As one can imagine, it's not a cheap lifestyle. The court tried to frame it as though I was making all these changes for my happiness. My mom has never been a cheap person, whether it be flying her back and forth on private planes or even paying for appointments, he explained. Unfortunately, despite assurances from 3 doctors and a judge, Wells Fargo has controlled Wendy's money through a professional financial guardian they appointed for her since May 2022.
My son, Kevin, is very important to me.
Some of the questions fans ask are, who exactly is Wendy Williams' guardian? Well, until recently, the identity of the media personality guardian was unknown, but TMZ finally unveiled her as Sabrina Morrissey, a New York lawyer specializing in guardianships. Ahead of the premiere of Wendy Williams' recent documentary, the Guardian filed a lawsuit to prevent Lifetime from releasing the documentary. At the time, no one knew why she would be trying to stop the documentary from coming out, but since it aired, it is no longer hard to guess. Wendy appeared to be mentally impaired during the docu-series, so much so that she did not seem to be aware of her participation. Of course, the family of the legendary talk show host are against the guardianship and hopes that she is reunited with her family for better care and support. Wendy's sister, Wanda Finney, says that while Wendy can call family from a care facility, they cannot contact her and only a guardian has total access. Her family says they don't even know where a care facility is, and when Finney asked to be her sister's guardian, she said the wall came down.
I was asked, would I consider being guardian? I said, I don't know what being a guardian involves. I was told that it involved taking some kind of class. I said, yeah, I'll do it. I said, whatever I got to do. And that, I'll be focused on Wendy's health. And then all of a sudden, the wall came down and there was nothing. Now, why that happened, I don't know.
Finney told People magazine, "All I know is that Wendy and her team walked into the courtroom one day and the family is completely excluded." In the documentary, she says, "All I want is for my sister to be healthy. She has withstood attack after attack. She is my hero. She will always be my hero. I will do whatever has to be done to help her to be healthy." Like Wendy's family and friends, viewers have been extremely disturbed since the documentary aired and have been calling for her family to be her legal guardian rather than a professional. They said the guardianship is simply exploiting the legendary talk show host and preying on her for her money.
There's no money for me at Wells Fargo. None. Zero. Impossible.
Reacting on X, a user wrote, "We are dead as watching someone who cannot consent to anything being taken advantage of. This is crazy. Hashtag where is Wendy Williams?" Another wrote, "People need to be held accountable for this. Like everyone, her management team, the production of this series, everyone, all enabling and pacifying her so they can keep the cash flow coming." One added, "I think what breaks my heart even more about Wendy Williams being diagnosed with dementia is that even though she has lost her memory, she still remembers the trauma of what happened to her in her marriage." Another wrote, "One thing I must say, Kelvin Jr. definitely seems like a well put together man. Wendy and Kevin managed to raise a fine young man." Hashtag where is Wendy Williams? An ex-user added, "Get ready for unpopular opinion. I'm glad they did this docu-series. I feel like there's an expose on the guardianship system. It's broken and cruel and doesn't help the people it's supposed to be protecting. It's run by opportunistic vultures." One added, "Here's my thinking. I believe Wendy's family decided to air this doc publicly because they saw what the public outcry did for Britney Spears and her situation, and they're hoping the outcome will be the same for Wendy." One reacted, "There shouldn't be any cameras in front of her at this stage. All she needs is family, care, support and healing. This woman has been through a lot and is still going through it. Losing her mom, her marriage ended, and her mental struggles." One noted, "So, Britney Spears' father was good enough to oversee her money, but Wendy's sister isn't good enough to oversee hers?" One added, "Hold up. Wendy was finally in Miami getting healthy with her family, but then she was made to return to New York because Wells Fargo was mad she spent $1 on her son. This would never happen to a rich white man." Tell us guys, what do you think about the documentary that just aired on Wendy Williams? Do you agree it was invasive at best and exploitative at worst? Is a bank taking advantage of her mental health to milk her dry, or is the bank trying to protect her?
And I'm always here for you, like straight up. You can call my phone whenever. I'm so serious. And I think I could be back and forth from New York, so I'm going to be coming to see you more.
My real name is Wendy Hunter.
Hunter.
Yep. And I'm forced.
Yes.
He's got no money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love you.
So do I.
Finally, should Wendy Williams' family be made a legal guardian instead of a professional?
Share your opinion in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please comment, like and share. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to be notified every time I upload a new video so that you don't miss out. Thanks for watching and see you.